Interaction of the chloride content and the pH value of the concrete data from the corrosion damaged RC structures. Suppose now you see the pH value is increasing, the chloride content of the concrete is also rapidly increasing. Now you see the actual cover depth. The cover depth is, suppose the IS 456 required some cover depth in case of the columns and beams and slabs, because if you are not provide the cover, then what happens, the ingress of the chlorides, carbon dioxide and sulfates will attack on the reinforcement, so that the structure will be deteriorated. Now the depth of the carbonation measured in case of the damaged RC structures in India. Suppose some data is there, that means this is some data has collected by someone, and the depth of the carbonation and the frequency percentage. That means a carbonation, that means because of the carbon dioxide presence, the carbonation means the concrete will become a red color skin tone. So that is called the carbonation. Next, the temperature effects, the thermal effects due to the heat rays and inside the concrete following the hydration of the cement can become the prominent in the thickness of the sections. Next, hydration of the cement causes exothermic rise in the temperature of the concrete. In concrete members of relatively large sizes, the rise in the temperature can be of the order for 40 to 50 degrees. That means sometimes you may aware of that some south states is getting 52-degree temperatures. That means while if you are placing the concrete in such situations, what happens? Generally the gradient, that means night time it will go into the cold temperature and the daytime very high. The significant tensile stresses may be developed due to the variation of the temperature. That means because of the temperature gradient, your concrete will be exposed to the freezing and thawing. So because of these reasons, the temperature also is one of the factor for the deterioration of the concrete. That means durability. That means what are the agencies? As I told to you, that means carbon dioxide, hungry water, and sulfates and chlorides, and mechanical actions are, that means temperature, abrasion, impact, and etc. etc. in the earlier. Next, the effects of the thermal temperature differential. Suppose the temperature is very high and temperature is very cool, no problem. But the gradient is happened. Gradient means up to some extent it will be cool, and immediately within one next hour it will went to the high temperature, and within the next hour it will went to the cool temperature. That will most dangerous phenomena. Okay. Next, summary. Most of the deteriorating chemical actions are expansion producing, which causes the cracking. Presence of the moisture is necessary for the chemical reaction to be placed in it. In addition, there could be cracking caused by the thermal effect. Abrasion is critical for the wearing surfaces. That means especially in the railway platforms, so platforms of the factories, etc. They are the abrasive resistant. Next, especially spillways. These are the abrasive resistant structures you have to made thoroughly. Next, remedial measures. Suppose these problems, how you can rectify. The logical approach prevent the deterioration compresses, make the concrete as much as dense possible. That means concrete should be, that means compaction should be thoroughly done. That means there is no cavities at all. That means you have to thoroughly compacted well. Next, use of the right type of the cement. That means cement you have to select a thorough type of the cement for the thorough work. That means proper work and proper cement to be chosen. Next, adequate cement content to retain passivity of the steel and allow the proper workability of the concrete. Use the chemical admixtures and superplasticizers. Suppose adequate cement content is retained passively of the steel and allow the proper workability. That means use of the chemical admixtures and superplasticizers also you have to thoroughly check before doing the mixed design. Next, steps to elevate the thermal cracking and massive sections. Suppose in case of the dam sections, the thickness of the dam is around 100 meters, 150 meters, very massive structure. At that time, because of the heat of hydration, lot of heat will be produced. So this is low heat type cement should be used, and strong concrete for the abrasion resistance. Suppose the remedial measure of the abrasive action of the spillway gates, etc., factory floors and railway platforms where you have to drag the items. such as top surfaces, especially concrete pavements. Suppose in case of the road rollers, military tankers, and steel, iron wheel bullock carts, etc. If they are traveling on the road surface, what happens? The top surface of the aggregate or concrete will be deteriorated. To remediate, the remedial measure is that you have to select the abrasive resistance concrete. That means either in case of the aggregate as well as the cement paste. Next. The Neville, A.M. Neville, he is the famous person of the concrete technology. The compressive strength of the concrete is the principal factor controlling the resistance to the abrasion. That means if you are using the high compressive strength, means obviously you may expect the very, that means I can say that non-deteriorating concrete structure. The minimum strength required depends upon the severity of the abrasion expected. Very high strength concretes exhibit a high resistance to abrasion. For example, increasing the compressive strength for 50 MPa to 100 MPa increases the abrasive resistance by 50%. Suppose if you want to use the M50 grade concrete, instead of that, if you are using the M100 grade concrete, uneconomical, I can agree for that. But the thing is, your abrasion requirement is more. At that time, you have to go for that high strength concrete also. This is given by the statement A.M. Neville in his textbook. Next, now you see the coefficient of the permeability. The cavities are more in the concrete structure. That means if you are pour the concrete in the beam or slab or any foundation or mat slab, anything, any structure, if it is one side the water is there and the second side there is no water, at that time the gradient, that means the phreatic line, will travel through the concrete. Suppose in small cavities also permit the seepage. That means this permeability, that is measured in terms of the coefficient. Suppose your coefficient should be very minimum. That means if the coefficient of permeability is minimum, means that is a water restraint structure. That means if your water content is more and more, that means water cement ratio is very high. What happens now? You see, if you observe this test data, the coefficient of the permeability is also more and more. Okay, is it clear? So the water content always you have to keep at a minimum. That means 0.23 is the minimum, and maximum you can go up to the 0.75, 71, so on. But this is 0.7, and this is go for the only M10 grade concrete, M20 grade concrete, so on. Normally, our concrete structures for the M25 and M30, normally you will go for the 0.35 range to and below the 0.5. That means your water cement ratio, normally you follow this cursor. That means normally 0.35 to 0.55 is the maximum limit. Beyond that, it is not correct to go for the higher water cement ratio, because the permeability is very high. Because once you are mixed with the heavy water content, what happens after the evaporation? The water content is evaporated. The droplets, the cavities will still remain in the structure itself. So that cavities, what they will do, they will allow the penetration of the water. That means suppose one dam is there, one side. Suppose the dam is one side fully heavily watered. That means water column is height 100 meters heavy column, and downstream side there is no water. At that time, what happens? Because of this small cavities, they will allow the water penetration. So the water will downwards, it will travel. So one beautiful fine morning, what happens? Because of the flow along with the water, that means concrete, the cavities will be increased. Then one day the dam will be collapsed. So to avoid that, what you will generally will do, the water cement ratio should be maintained such a way that 0.3 to 0.5, before that only you have to maintain. Next step, to reduce the thermal cracking. Thermal means temperature. The main emphasis is on the temperature control. This is achieved by the number of measures as enumerated below. Selection of the low heat generating cement. Suppose you want to construct a dam structure, it is very heavy dam structure. At that time, what you will do? That means you have to select a types of cements. You may find out the low heat cement, rapid hardening cement, fit setting cement, and PPC cement. So many oil well cement, so many types of cement. In that, because this is a massive structure, once it is undergoing to the heat of hydration, what happens? The tremendous heat is generated in the massive structure. So you have to select such a cement that it should be produce a very low quantity of the heat, such that your that means thermal gradient will be under control. Next, pre-cooling of the mixing water, that means chilled water. Chilled water means freezer water. Otherwise, ice flakes. Some suppose in case of the hot weather, suppose your temperature is greater than 35-degree temperature, IRC 15 code says that don't go for the concrete if your temperature is more than the 35-degree temperature. If you go for the 35 degrees more than if you pour the concrete, what happens? The surface cracks will be developed. That surface cracks will permit the carbon dioxide entry and sulfate entry and chloride entry, ingress of the water entry, so that the external agencies will enter into the up to the reinforcement, the deterioration will start. So to avoid that, what you will do, that means in the mixing water, if you are, suppose you are unavoidable situations, if you are using the hot weather concreting, at that time what you will do, you will pour the water, but the water should be chilled water. Chilled water means, suppose you may install a freezer in the working site itself. Suppose in the summer season, the best, if you ask me as a consultant opinion, then I will prefer only nighttime concreting, especially in the summer season. Suppose civil works are generally takes place in case of the summer season. Suppose if you ask me a opinion, then I will recommend you to go for the morning concreting and nighttime concreting and evening concrete. Suppose don't go for the concrete between the 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. especially in the summer season. Suppose if you go to the Chennai and Hyderabad, the temperature is around 50-degree temperature. At that time, if you pour the concrete, surface cracks will be developed. So what you will do, one thing is true, you can use the mixing water. Instead of mixing water, you can use the ice. Ice may be crushed into small pieces, and for that mixing water, 186 liters mixing water should be added in terms of the chilled water, ice flakes, and temperature of fresh concrete and post cooling of the hardened concrete. Post cooling means, suppose once the concrete is poured, after 1 or 2 hours it will attain some strength, then you can take these some gunny bags and they are covered with a very cooled gunny bag. Suppose the chilled water will be sprinkled over that gunny bag. Suppose you are casted a pavement. Suppose a tropalin sheds, some artificially tropalin sheds and a cover shadings, etc. to be laid down, etc. should be laid down, and the concrete should be protected. Next, appropriate block dimensions for the placement. Suppose you don't go for the very lengthy structures. You don't go for the massive structures, that means thickness and length, etc. You have to give the thoroughly some transfer. That means you can say that contraction joints and expansion joints, you have to leave that, because if you go to the long lengthy road, what happens, the contraction and expansion will generally take place. Suppose in case of the railway sleeper, railway rails also, you see rail sections, that means they are made up of the cast iron. They are in the summer season, what happens, these rail sections are increased, so they will leave at least 12 mm gap, so that in the summer season they will expand, and in the contraction in case of the winter season. So to say in the similar way, the concrete is to be allowed in case of the expansion and the contraction as well. Next, so that the block spacing, that means in case of the Nagarjuna Sagar project and the Srisailam project, because very heavy massive structure, there you have to place this some expansion joints, some contraction joints, so that the concrete blocks, just like they will allow the expansion and contraction because of the heat producing due to the hydration process. And a desirable concrete properties, let we see. The desirable properties are, as I told you yesterday, the main desirable properties, workability and strength and durability. The agencies of the durabilities are the hungry water and chloride attack and sulfate attack and carbonation attack. Especially in the examination of the T2, what happens, that means I will give you 30 objective type questions. So half mark is one question, so 15 marks, and 3 or 4 objective type long answer questions. Okay, so this will comes around 10 marks. That means long answer questions are 10 marks and objective type is 15 marks. That means I am thinking today like that. Okay, maybe the university may suggest. So you have to go for the durability chapter and the workability chapter thoroughly. Now go for the concrete mix design. At least I have to complete this mix design also. The concrete mix design, the fundamental background of the concrete mix design and the basic principle is such that the so-called methods of the mix design are never exact methods. This point is very, very important. Whatever the methods suggested in the IS 10262 code, those are not the correct mixed designs. That means they are never the exact. That means LHS is equal to RHS. That means mixed design is nothing but your just a recommendation. Suppose if your aggregate is this and if your concrete is this, then this is the water content and this is the coarse aggregate and fine aggregate ratio. Like that some recommendations is given, okay, but that recommendations may not true, because if LHS is equal to RHS, there is no question of trial mixes. There is no question. Suppose if your LHS is equal to RHS, suppose thoroughly proper formula is there, then at that time there is no need for the go for the mixed design and the trial mixes. Suppose what generally engineers will do, suppose they will design the concrete mixed design, M30 grade concrete, and they will tested their aggregates and sand and cement, etc. Based on the test results, they will casted the 3 cubes. And if that 3 cube results are more than the target mean strength, then your mixed design is okay. If the material properties are changed or cement properties are changed, then obviously your concrete ultimate compressive strength will be changed. But normally the characteristic compressive strength is measured at the age of 28 days only. In case of the OPC or in case of the PSC or in case of the PPC, any cement, generally the code book says that IS 10262 code 2009 says that you don't have weight more than the 28 days. So you have to measure the compressive strength at the age of the 28. 28 days means 4 weeks. Once you are casted, if it is submerged, that cube is 150 by 150 by 150 mm size cube is immersed under the water at the temperature of 27 degree plus or minus 2 degree temperature, then your test result should not fall beyond the 5% of the expected. So that is called the characteristic compressive strength. Please mind that the 28 days strength only normally we have considered, and they only lead to the trials that should be carried out to arrive at the final mix proportion. The trials are carried out in the laboratory to arrive at the preliminary mixed design. Suppose you are coming to one conclusion that this much of aggregate, this much of the sand, this much of the cement, and this much of the superplasticizer, this much of the water. You have decided. But whether this is working for your target strength or not. Suppose your target strength is 48 Newton per mm square. Suppose if you are adding the proportion such a way that, then can you get that 48 Newton per mm square or not? You have to test it in the actually. Suppose you need a M40 grade concrete, but always your concrete you have to design for the more than 8 Newton per mm square, because you need only 40. But why that 8 Newton per mm square is required? Because in the laboratory, your quality control is very high. In the laboratory, thoroughly you have used the machinery, thoroughly you have compacted, thoroughly you have water cured. Everything is under the control. That means laboratory conditions are very high. But in case of that field conditions, suppose if you observe in the concrete slab, they are pouring, can they submerge the concrete slab under the water? No, it is not such that only just a ponding will done, and the water should be only given only one direction. Suppose there is a quality control while supplying the material. That means suppose in the first truck, the quality of aggregate is different. Second truck, the quality of material is different. And sand maybe while in the testing of the laboratory, the material quality is different. And while the field, because of the tons of material is continuously pouring in the concrete slab, at that time the quality may changes. So because in the preliminary mixed design only you can suggest such mixed design must be verified under the site conditions by further field trials. Generally what they will do, suppose in what day they have casted the concrete slab, same day they have casted the another 9 cubes. They have also casted the 9 cubes in the site itself along with the slab. Suppose today you are placing the concrete slab, brother. Now what you will do? Now you have to give the 9 cubes. You have to allow the 9 cubes are casted, and that 9 cubes you have to test it at the age of 28 days, at the age of 56 days, at the age of 90 days. Suppose whatever the curing you are allowing on the concrete slab, the same curing you have to give into that 9 cubes also. That means whatever the field conditions you are applying for that slab, the same field condition should be applied on the cube. This is called the field conditions. Actually, in the laboratory, what you will do, that means in the laboratory, if you are casted the 9 cubes as per your mixed design, that 9 cubes you are submerged under the water, complete water. Okay, and the temperature also 27 plus or minus 2 degrees you have to maintain. But in case of the site, the atmosphere is not in the under your control. That means maybe either your temperature is very high or temperature will be dropping sometimes. That means alternating temperature changes are there. So in that situation, what you will do, you have to cast a cubes such a way that whatever the site conditions applied on the slab, same conditions will be applied on the actual cubes you have casted. Once you have tested that cubes, that means on the site cubes, that means 3 cubes you have tested at 28 days, 3 cubes are tested at 7 days, 3 cubes are tested at 56 days. Those are the actual result. That actual result should be more than what you are expected grade of the concrete. For example, if you are saying that M30 grade concrete, so you do one thing, you pour the, you design the concrete mix in the laboratory and according to the target main strength, and that concrete you have to pour on the concrete slab in the site. Along with that, the same day, you have to cast another 9 cubes, such that if you are curing the concrete slab, then at that time you give the water sprinkling on that 9 cubes also. Okay, so the conditions of the slab and the conditions of the field cubes are same, such that you will get the exact data. So one thing is true in this slide, you have to come to the conclusion that no method is exact. No method is exact method as per the code books. That means the method given in any code is just a trial and error based method, trial and error, hit and trial method only. And those are given only the guidelines. Suppose I can say that if you start at 10:30 a.m. and you will reach Bhopal at 5 a.m. because of my vast experience, I went to the Bhopal many times by my car. So I can know that the road is very damaged road. So at least 4 hours is required. So additionally, I will take 1 more hour. So 5 hours. So how I can say that based on my past experience? Similar way, that means if this target strength is 48 Newton per mm square in the laboratory, then in the site I may get 40. ये समझ में आ गया ना? दैट मीन्स अगर 48 न्यूटन पर mm स्क्वायर स्ट्रेंथ है, अगर लैबोरेटरी में आ गया, एट द टाइम साइट पे क्या है, 40 आएगा. ये प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड दिस. दैट मीन्स अगर आपने 50 को डिजाइन करो लैबोरेटरी में, मतलब फील्ड में आ जाएगा, आपको मात्र 40 आएगा, बाकी 10 कहाँ गया? Because of the variation of the material. So every method of the mixed design is not a LHS is equal to RHS. This is not a complete solution. This is only the basic guidelines. The basic guidelines only given in the mixed proportion. So don't ask me a question, sir, if I am designed for the M20 grade, 25 grade concrete, but I am not getting the M25 grade concrete, means something is happened. That means in the laboratory, you have used some particular quality of material and particular field conditions and particular site conditions. And in the actual real problem, that means in the dam or in the slab itself, there you are using some different field condition. Because of that reason, because of the quality change of the material, because of some external faculty characteristics, that means curing water problems and the temperature problems, etc., etc., the quality will be disappears. Okay. Now the basic approach is there are some cardinal principles lead to the trial mix. These are the workability of concrete is a must in the initial stage. Very, very important. While you are designing any concrete, the basic properties of concrete are what? 3 properties. Number 1 is workability, number 2 is strength, and number 3 is durability. But one thing is true. That means suppose if you satisfy the workability in the fresh state, then only you have to think about the strength. If you are not at all, your mix is not at all workable, then there is no question of attaining the strength in the further dates. That means that before going to the concrete mix, you have to think aware of that the workability first. So the workable concrete only, you have to go for the strength aspects and durability aspects. Suppose if your concrete is not at all workable, that means your material is too much dry, then don't think about the strength, because आपका material itself is not a workable. That means Duff Abraham also says that the concrete is to be strengthy and worthy when the concrete is workable. This is very, very important. If the concrete is workable, then only you have to think further. Suppose in the basic initial day, you don't have the air, you can't survival future. Suppose you need food and you need the shelter later. That means shelter is durability. You need food means that is the strength. But initial first 5 minutes, what you want? Exactly, you want the air. If you don't have the oxygen, you are unable to breathe, then you will die. Similarly, the concrete also, if the air is not, that means workability is not there, the absence of the air is equivalent. That means the workability property is very, very important. I am saying here, I am stressing here, the workability of the concrete depending upon the water content in the mix. So generally, what is your thinking? Your thinking is, as much as possible, I will give the more and more water. If I am giving the more and more water, my workability will be increased. This is true. That means your thinking is correct. That means you are going in the right direction. Because आप क्या करना चाहता है? आप पानी ज्यादा जोड़ना चाहता है. क्यों जोड़ना चाहता है? भैया स्ट्रेंथ है, ड्यूरेबिलिटी है, मतलब बात का बात है. दैट मीन्स 28 दिन के बाद देखा जाएगा. बट आज का तारीख में कॉम्पैक्शन करने के लिए, क्यूरिंग करने के लिए, मतलब वो कंक्रीट है, मतलब वो वर्कबल कंक्रीट होना चाहिए, मतलब लिक्विड कंक्रीट होना चाहिए. अगर वर्कबल ही नहीं है, मतलब पेस्ट है, जाएगा नहीं है, मतलब वो कंपोनेंट बीम में जाएगा नहीं है, देन मतलब वो आपको कहां से आएगा स्ट्रेंथ? दूर का बात है. सो सच्ची दूर बात मत करिए. सो वर्कबिलिटी के लिए आपका थिंकिंग क्या है? एज इनिशियल थिंकिंग इज, आई वांट टू ऐड मोर एंड मोर क्वांटिटी ऑफ वाटर. But one thing is true, you are thinking correct. That means if you are adding more and more water, the strength will be damaged. Strength will be disturbed. For that purpose, what you are thinking? So I will reduce the water. Instead of water, I will add the some of the superplasticizer, so that up to 1 hour or up to 30 minutes at a steroids, like it will act as just like steroids. So the water inside the binding in the flock, some arrested water will also come into the outside, and it will take part in the mixing approach, so that it will give the lot of the fluid, so that maximum size and grading, coarse to fine ratio, these aspects will be thinked over in the basic approach of the workability. That means maximum size of aggregate, what size of the aggregate should I use, and what is the grading? That means can I use the gap grading, well graded, like that. Next, coarse to fine. Normally the coarse to fine ratio is 40 to, that means 40 to 60 ratio. Suppose you need 1000 kg of aggregates, you need the 1000 kg of the aggregate. Normally 600 kg has to taken by the coarse aggregate, and 400 kg has to be taken by fine aggregate. Normal range. That is just a thumb rule. Just I am taking you only my experience based. That means normally this range is taken, but it may be slightly varied. Okay. Now the compressive strength of the concrete depending upon primarily, now the second property is compressive strength. The second property is mainly depending upon the water cement ratio. In the earlier side, what I have told to you, that means the water should be more and more, then your workability will be more. But the second slide, I am telling you the contradictory statement. That means the compressive strength of concrete depends upon primarily on the water cement ratio, when cement quality is variable. It also depends upon the strength of cement, and the durability of concrete depends upon the water cement ratio. Now you see, if you are using the low water cement ratio, the durability also influenced. That means if your concrete is very, very compacted mode, that means durability also very high. That means long life. That means the structure will retain up to, should not deteriorate up to 50 years, 100 years later on. Next, cement content and the type of the cement content. If you are using the PSC cement, OPC cement, and PPC cement, that means generally PPC cement will give you the less strength when compared with the Pozzolana slag cement. Slags will be better than the PPC cement. Next, OPC cement is always better than these two. But the thing is, OPC cement is little bit costlier. Nowadays, they are going for the fly ash. And potential alkali-silica reaction depends upon the potential reactivity of the aggregates. That means if the aggregate part contains, that means coarse aggregate contains the reactive type silica, then only these alkalis will react and ASR problem will be fulfilled. By the way of the illustration, let us take the case of the M25 grade concrete with 20 mm size aggregate. 20 mm size aggregate means all the material will passing through the 25 mm. Always you do one thing. Whatever the passing material, you have to take one more sieve above the actually NMA, nominal maximum size of aggregate. Suppose if I am taking the 20 mm aggregate size, so you take the 25 mm sieve. That means what is my conclusion? That means all the material should passes through the 100% material passes through the 20 mm, 25 mm sieve. Okay. Sand falling zone of the two. That means, as I told to you previously, the zone 2 sand is always better. Today, do you have the research methodology class? Hello? Do you have the research methodology class?
Yes, sir.
Can I stop at this stage, 138 slide? Okay. Because 5 is going on. Next, and the desired slump is 50 mm. Nowadays, the minimum slump is you have to design for 50 mm. But in my opinion, 50 mm is a very, very minimum slump. This slump in the site, no one is accepted nowadays. Even 2020, no one is accepted 50 mm except pavements. Actually, pavements they will accept, because in case of the pavements, the compaction is done by road roller. क्या करेगा, साइट पे रिजिड पेमेंट कभी भी डालेगा ना, रोड रोलर चलाएगा, इसलिए कॉम्पैक्शन अच्छे से हो जाएगा, समझ में ना. बट नॉर्मल स्ट्रक्चरल कंक्रीट में 50 mm है ना, nowadays they are not accepted. They are required at least minimum 100 mm slump. If the slump is less than 100 mm, they are simply saying that no sir, this concrete slump we can't compact. The trials can be start with the water content at a minimum water content of 180 liters. 180 liters for making of the 1 cubic meter concrete. And sand and coarse aggregate, normal range is 40 to 60, and it should be adjusted up to 30, 70, and 35, 65, and 38, and 72, so on, so on. That means ये just the adjustment. Normal range is 40, 30. 40, 60 range. But here he is saying 180 liters, but nowadays maximum 155 liters and 160 liters से concrete बना रहा है, because 180 liters मतलब very heavy. Nowadays the superplasticizers and PC based superplasticizers came. That's why they are going for even 150 liters also they are using, and the remaining quantities can be worked out with the water cement ratio of 0.45. But nowadays I can say that even 0.35 and 0.4 also, and entrapped air. Suppose in case of the air entry, we can't stop. In the IS 10262, the air entrainment, that means while you are mixing the concrete, some air also enter into the concrete member. So this entrapped air should be not more than the 2%. 2%. Okay? Okay. Okay, one more slide I will complete. If the slump is obtained is the higher than the targeted, reduce the water content. If the lower, increase the water content. This is the thumb rule. Suppose your slump is more, then what you will do? Reduce the water content in the second trial. First hit and trial. That means only just a trial based method. That means first you work out with the 180 liters. If the more slump, then what you will do? You will go for the 180, 175 liters. And still you are getting the more and more slump, 125 mm slump. Then you can go for the 165 liters water mixing. So that the trial and error method only. That means code also there is no permanent solution. The code only gives you the some recommendations. भैया इस रास्ता से जाइए, आप है शाम तक है भोपाल पहुंच जाओगे, इतना बता दूंगा, समझ में आ गया ना. लेकिन एग्जैक्टली आप 11 बजे निकल गए तो 3 बजे पहुंच जाओगे, ऐसा कोई नहीं बताएगा, क्योंकि बीच में आपका कार पंचर हो गया होगा, समझ में आ गया ना. सो नो कोड इज सेइंग दैट दिस इज द एग्जैक्ट मेथड. दैट मींस लेफ्ट हैंड सम इज इक्वल टू राइट हैंड सम. ऑल द कोड्स आर सेइंग ओनली द गाइडलाइंस. बी अवेयर ऑफ दिस पॉइंट. If the mix is not cohesive मतलब consistency, or this is excessive bleeding. Bleeding means what? The water will be reaches to the top surface. Suppose sometimes you see in the concrete water will be reaches to the top surface. Then that is called the bleeding. Next, increase of the sand as a proportion of the total aggregate. This will require the more water for the same slump. If the mix appears over sanded, reduce the sand content. This will allow the reduction of the water content. By a few trials, arrive the desired water content and sand and coarse aggregate ratio. Now you see last sentence. By the few trials, first trial you do something, tested the concrete, workability aspect and strength aspect. 3 cubes you have to make and tested at 28 days. If you don't get the strength, then go for the alternative. And there also you are not getting, go for the third alternative. Like that. This is the hit and the trial method. Next 130 slide onwards, tomorrow, next class, I will do adjustment for changes in the reference points. I will tell you in the next slide. I will stop at this stage.